Quentin Tarantino really is one of the best directors of all time. I say that, and a lot of people who know movies will be like, yeah, so the sky is blue, water is wet, and Snyder cultists are brain dead. What's your point? Well, let me explain. Quentin Tarantino, an iconic director. I just recently seen 2 of his biggest movies that he's known for, Kill Bill, Volume 1 and 2. I've never seen these before, and I officially watched them for the first time on Netflix a couple of days ago, and I wanted to share my thoughts. These movies are absolutely amazing. They're so awesome. They're creative. They got some humor in it. They're extremely violent. Like, holy shit, this is one of the most violent movies I think I've ever seen. But yet, it's just so stylish the way they kill people, and then blood just starts spewing out like a water hose. I definitely look at these movies more as just one long film, rather than just 1 and 2. In my opinion, I think the second one is probably better. The first one, it doesn't really develop the characters as much. You don't really know as much about the characters. It's more of just a revenge flick, and you don't know much about really any of the characters. It's just surface level. And then when you get to the second one, it's more, okay, let's tell you more about Bill and Uma Thurman's character. And it was very emotional when she seen her daughter was still alive, and I was pretty shook. I didn't see that cliffhanger coming when Bill's like, well, does she know that her daughter is still alive? I was like, oh wow. But yes, both the films are, I like that we kind of take a step back in the way. It's the way that Tarantino tells a story that makes it so interesting. Because he starts off by getting to the second person that she kills, and then he rewinds us all the way back to the first one that she kills and gives us that whole story, all different, all scattered all throughout. Like here, they're giving an animated backstory to the character, Lucy Liu's character, and then here is this, and that, and then here we get her training about a month before she goes to kill Lucy Liu, and then we get to the battle with her and Lucy Liu's character. So it's just kind of the structure that he tells the story that makes it so interesting. It's like he waits for us to care first, and then he constantly keeps going back to the massacre that happens at the rehearsal. It's like he waits for us to care about it, and then he tells us, because it'd be so much more boring if he just told it to us just straight. Like, okay, here's the rehearsal. She gets gunned down. She wakes up after her coma. Then she goes straight to the pussy wagon, and then gets the sword, yada yada. If he just told it all in just one straight structure. Whereas when he breaks it up, it makes it more entertaining, because it's like, okay, well, I care now about the characters, and I can follow through, even though I know what happens. So I could be a little tensionless. We already knew the main character wasn't going to die from Lucy Liu's character. And we already knew this random hillbilly in a trailer wasn't going to do anything to actually kill her. Even though I knew that Uma Thurman's character wasn't going to die, I was still sitting there wondering, how is she going to get out of this? Like when she got buried alive, I was like, well, I don't know how she's going to get out of this. And then he pulls it off. He finds a way to get her out of this without making it some kind of deus ex machina where, oh, some random character just happened to show up and saved her life. Oh, was not lucky. That would have been so terrible. But nope. We get a backstory of her and her master, and it's fantastic. I just love these 2 movies. These films are awesome. I'd highly recommend watch these films. They're extremely well made. They're very stylish, very violent. And man, are they going to make a Kill Bill 3 or what? Because that is just such great setup right there with Uma Thurman's character telling the little girl, if you feel some type of way about it, you know where to find me, or whatever it is she says exactly. I think that's a perfect setup for a 3rd movie, if they want to do it. But if they don't do it, then, it doesn't really matter. But I'm just saying, if they wanted to tell that story, they definitely could. And boy, the final conversation between her character and Bill, when she finally kills Bill. I like how most of the scene is just 95% dialogue, and like 5% of action. It makes it so much more interesting to understand Bill as a character. And his little speech about Superman and superheroes, very well done. Quentin Tarantino is the master when it comes to dialogue. He's one of the only directors I've seen where he can write characters, and every single line that comes out of their mouth, I am so invested in what they're about to say next. It's like action, but from the mouth. He is just a master when it comes to dialogue. I've never seen any other movies like that, where I'm listening to every single word the character is saying, and I'm so invested in what they're going to say next. It's just so rich. It's so funny sometimes. And it's just so well written. I just love that so much about his films. I mean, that's the main reason that Pulp Fiction is just so iconic. Look at how many lines people still shout to this day. So yeah, Kill Bill Volume 1 and 2, in case you didn't know already, these movies are awesome. You should check them out. I know they're very old movies. They came out in like 2003 and 2004, but if you are like me and you still haven't seen them yet, I definitely recommend checking them out. But yeah, those are my thoughts on Kill Bill Volume 1 and 2. Highly recommend. Please go check them out. Or if you have seen them, have you rewatched them? Do you think it still holds up to this day? Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section down below. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys next time.